Okay, now this meeting is being recorded and will be distributed with presentation materials. For the duration of our presentation, please keep your microphone on mute. For questions during our presentation, please utilize the chat box. Access the chat box in the button at the bottom of your screen or your window, and it will be displayed on the right of your window.
Esta reunión está siendo grabada y más tarde se distribuirá con materiales de presentación. Les pido por favor que mientras la presentación dure, mantengan su micrófono en silencio. Por otro lado, para preguntas durante la presentación, utilice el cuadro de chat en la parte inferior derecha de su ventana y se desplegará una ventana de chat.
Please take a minute and find your chat box and enter your name, business, and what your specialties are. We would all like to meet and connect with you.
Por favor, tómese un momento, encuentre el cuadro de chat e ingrese su nombre, la empresa y sus especialidades. A todos nos gustaría conocerlo y contactarnos con usted.
LatinoBuilt thanks you for your incredible support over this last year. Because of your commitment, LatinoBuilt's membership has grown from 8 founding members to nearly 70. Providing support workshops, training Latino construction business owners, aspiring business owners, leadership development, and employee safety for over 200 individuals. With your generosity, LatinoBuilt continues to grow and reach more Latinos in construction, making a bigger impact than ever. We are grateful you are here with us today.
LatinoBuilt le agradece por su increíble apoyo en este último año. Gracias a su compromiso, la membresía de LatinoBuilt aumentó de 8 miembros fundadores a casi 70. Asimismo, brindamos apoyo y talleres a más de 200 personas en la construcción, que capacitaron a propietarios latinos de negocios, a aspirantes de dueños de negocios y a empleados en temas como desarrollo de liderazgo y seguridad a los empleados. Con su generosidad, LatinoBuilt continúa creciendo y llegando a más latinos en la construcción, generando un impacto gigantesco. Estamos realmente agradecidos de su presencia con nosotros el día de hoy.
In 2019, with input from our generous membership community, industry partners, government agencies, reciprocal trade organizations, and donors of all walks of life, we welcomed LatinoBuilt Foundation and concluded a year-long process of the development of LatinoBuilt's bilingual training programs. Our programs and foundation open the floodgates to resources, allowing us the ability to increase our community reach by a minimum of 200%, all the while we continue to support the development of our Latino businesses and community through dissemination of opportunities and advancements in tools to achieve success.
En el 2019, con el aporte de nuestra generosa comunidad de miembros, socios de la industria, agencias gubernamentales, organizaciones comerciales recíprocas y a todo ámbito social, dimos la bienvenida a la Fundación LatinoBuilt y concluimos el proceso de 1 año de desarrollo de programas de capacitación bilingüe. Nuestros programas y la Fundación abren las compuertas a recursos, los que nos permiten tener la capacidad de aumentar mínimo un 200% el alcance de nuestra comunidad. Todo esto mientras continuamos apoyando el desarrollo de nuestros negocios y la comunidad latina a través de la difusión de oportunidades y el avance en herramientas para alcanzar el éxito.
As we celebrate a monumental first year and ascend into year 2, we invite you to continue this journey with us, building on our newly laid foundation and implementing our programs for our community, our industry, and for all the Latinos we serve. Thank you for to continue your support of the lives of Latinos and for your unwavering loyalty.
Mientras celebramos un monumental primer año del 2019 y ascendemos a este segundo año 2020, los invitamos a continuar este viaje con nosotros, construyendo sobre nuestros fuertes y frescos cimientos e implementando nuestros programas para nuestra comunidad, para nuestra industria y para todos los latinos que servimos. Gracias por todo lo que continúa siendo un apoyo en la vida de los latinos y por su inquebrantable lealtad.
I would like to take a minute to address our efforts for the COVID-19 pandemic on the Latino community. Well, they're significant. The Virginia Garcia Health Center has conducted 500 COVID-19 tests and 51 tested positive. 49 of them were Latino. 98% of those tested positive were Latinos. While LatinoBuilt supports all actions taken to reduce the spread of the COVID-19 outbreak, the barriers are staggering. We are deeply concerned about the consequences of a recession and the effects it will have on small businesses and workers in the Latino community. We will continue to diligently advocate for our community, addressing a support plan to provide immediate, impactful assistance and be an informed outlet for Latinos in construction.
Me gustaría tomar un minuto para abordar los efectos significativos del coronavirus. El Centro de Salud de Virginia García ha realizado 500 pruebas de COVID-19 y 51 dieron positivo, del cual 49 de ellas eran latinas, o sea que el 98% que dieron positivo eran latinos. Si bien LatinoBuilt apoya todas las acciones tomadas para reducir la propagación del brote, las barreras son inmensas y estamos profundamente preocupados por las consecuencias de la recesión y los efectos que tendrá en las pequeñas empresas y los trabajadores de la comunidad latina de la construcción. Continuaremos abogando diligentemente para que nuestra comunidad aborde un plan de apoyo que proporcione asistencia inmediata de alto impacto, sobre todo en un medio esencial e informado para los latinos en la industria de la construcción.
Our actions have been that we have developed a support network in our community with culturally sensitive methods of communication, focusing on pandemic response and local economy. We have prioritized the translation of all of our bilingual Spanish-English communication support and training to online and virtual media. We are dedicated to serving as a resource for relevant information such as loan and grant funding, remote technology training, business support, employee education, and safety resources, as well as a new website. You can view our new website at LatinoBuilt.org COVID-19 resources. We have increased collaboration with partnering organizations to disseminate factual and current resources to our community on COVID-19 in Spanish and English. We have worked to assist in a technical assistance program capacity and to provide the needed tools to successfully conduct business in our new normal.
El desarrollo de nuestras acciones, la de LatinoBuilt, incluyen el desarrollo de una red de apoyo para nuestra comunidad con métodos de comunicación culturalmente sensibles centrados en respuesta a la pandemia y la economía local, en priorizar la transición y traducción de toda nuestra comunicación, soporte y capacitación bilingüe a medios virtuales y en línea, la dedicación a servir como recurso de obtención de información relevante, como datos de préstamos de subsidios, capacitación de tecnología remota, apoyo comercial, educación de los empleados y recursos de seguridad, así como también asistencia a la creación de un nuevo sitio web. El incremento de nuestra colaboración junto a organizaciones asociadas para difundir recursos verídicos actuales, desde la financiación hasta la seguridad de nuestra comunidad en COVID-19 en español e inglés. Hemos trabajado para asistir en la capacidad de un programa de asistencia técnica y para proporcionar las herramientas necesarias para realizar negocios con éxito en nuestra comunidad.
Jenny, next slide. Please welcome Megan Channel and Shelly Romero to present on ODOT Rose Quarter Improvement Project.
Demos la bienvenida a Shelly Romero, que presentará el proyecto de mejora de barrio de Rosa ODOT.
Thank you, Leanna. Thank you, LatinoBuilt, for having us here. I am sorry that you only get to see my name. I'm having technical difficulties with my computer. I promise I took a shower. I promise I got dressed. I promise I look lovely, but I'm sorry that you can't, we can't have a more personal interaction on this. But I'm Megan Channel. I am the I-5 Rose Quarter Improvement Project Director with ODOT, and I'm here with my colleague, Shelly Romero, who you'll hear from in just a minute, but we're here to give you an update primarily on the Cmgc request for proposals that's out on the streets now, and give an update sort of on the process that we took to get to this exciting milestone, and just a quick update on where we're going from here and how we look forward to working with the Latino built community and the DBE community moving forward with the project. Shelly, do you want to do a quick intro of yourself before we get started?
There's Shelly.
unmute now. Okay, thank you. Yo soy Shelly Romero, trabajo en ODOT Region 1 con Megan y muchos otros colegiados. Estoy trabajando un poco con el I-5 Rose Corridor proyecto. Estamos aquí, yo con Megan, para darles información acerca del proyecto. En cuanto estamos con el proyecto, tenemos la aplicación o la información, la RFP está en la calle a ver si hay interés y esperamos que después va a haber oportunidades para trabajo para varios de ustedes como parte de LatinoBuilt. Nosotros esperamos trabajar con muchos de ustedes y con mucho gusto estamos aquí.
Great. Next slide, please. So, oops, back one, please. There we go. So with this, as I mentioned, the CMGC request for proposals is out on the street. I will just make a note that because it is a live solicitation, Shelly and I will not be able to answer specific questions around the RFP, but we can share with you some of the key highlights. And I will put in the chat right after our presentation the contact information for our procurement office. If there are specific questions, we'll make sure that you have the right person to connect with and that you get to follow up on those. But leading up to the development of the CMGC RFP, we consulted with a number of different organizations really to help ODOT understand how we can do business differently and specifically do business differently with the DBE community. So I definitely want to give a special thank you to the LatinoBuilt members and board that met with us on multiple different occasions to identify the barriers that you faced doing business with ODOT, and so that we could take those recommendations and feedback to help build our specifications moving forward to be more proactive in how we can be inclusive and maximize opportunities for the DBE community.
Okay, usualmente nuestros proyectos tenemos que ir con el contrato que tiene, que cuesta menos, y en el lugar de este proyecto, I-5 Rose Corridor, vamos a hacer CMGC, otra manera de decidir basado en agenda y costo y varias otras experiencias. Y como hoy en día no podemos responder a tal vez preguntas específicas porque todavía la propuesta está en la calle. Lo que sí podemos hacer es, si tienen preguntas, usa chat y nosotros podemos averiguar y conseguir las respuestas a las preguntas que tiene específicamente acerca del proyecto. Nosotros también queremos agradecer muchísimo a LatinoBuilt, a la mesa directiva y a los miembros, porque ustedes juntaron varias veces con nosotros para explicarnos cuáles son las barreras que ustedes encuentren en hacer trabajo con ODOT. Y eso nos ayudó bastante en construir lo que es la propuesta que ahorita tenemos en la calle para poder mejorar y ojalá que podamos tener participación máxima con los miembros de LatinoBuilt en nuestro proyecto. Megan?
Yep. All right. Next slide, please. So this just identifies some of the, on the key takeaways slide, identifies some of the key feedback that we heard and were intentional to ensure incorporation of into the CMGC RFP. So we heard first and foremost that moving forward, we as ODOT and our contractor need to have increased levels of transparency and accountability, that there needs to be opportunities for, or rather in that accountability, ODOT needs to provide prime monitoring, as well as not only meeting DBE and workforce goals, but establishing robust DBE and workforce goals as part of the project. We also heard the importance of providing subcontracting opportunities and as part of that priming opportunities, as well as technical assistance and networking, specifically to kind of business administration components, as well as a range of elements for project delivery. And then lastly, I think, and most consistently, the need to address prompt payments specifically for the DBE community. Shelley, to you.
Yes, thank you. Nosotros tuvimos varias oportunidades de hablar con organizaciones, incluyendo LatinoBuilt, y las conclusiones claves, entre todo lo que hemos escuchado con los varios grupos, era transparencia y rendición de cuentas, supervisión de la preparación, además compartiendo información acerca de cómo estamos y cómo está el general contractor, cómo está haciendo su trabajo, especialmente cuando viene de cumplir los objetivos de contratación de empresas de desventaja y de la fuerza laboral. Además, ustedes nos preguntaron si había oportunidad de explorar múltiples oportunidades de subcontratación, oportunidades de preparación, soporte técnico y lo más importante, o lo que escuchamos varias veces, es pago oportuno. Megan?
All right, next slide, please. So this is just a highlight on the key timelines. I'll specifically just highlight the RFP closing date, which is next week, May 28th. And then I also want to make sure that we have continued coordination around a mandatory Meet the Proposers event that will be held, a date to be determined, but that will be an opportunity for the community to hear from and interact with the proposers that are advanced into the interview phase of the selection process.
Los plazos claves, ahí expliqué en la pantalla. Licitación previa obligatoria el 28 de abril. El día que cierre el RFP es el 18 de mayo, la semana que entra. Y un evento obligatorio, conozca a los proponentes. No hemos puesto la fecha todavía, pero podemos compartir la información cuando ya tenemos una fecha. Megan?
All right, next slide, please. I just want to highlight some of the key specifications that are within the Cmgc RFP, specific for the DBE and workforce programs. We're excited to announce that the DBE goal range in the RFP is 18 to 22%. This is definitely a higher range than we typically see at ODOT for projects of this scale. So first and foremost, thank you to the DBE community for all of your input that helped push us to this level. That said, as we develop the work packages moving forward, and as the design is advanced, the specific goals for those work packages will be identified. But this goal range is set for the project in full. And I'm actually going to go to the next slide and quickly run through the other few points here, and then I'll come back to Shelley to do an overview. These next 2 points are the kind of final points here, and these really relate to the workforce program. There is a 20% by trade goal for apprenticeship and aspirational workforce targets that have a breakdown for minority male at 25% and female at 14%. And again, these goals were influenced greatly by the community feedback that we heard, and so we'll be carrying them forward as we progress through the project. So that concludes my portion of the presentation. I'll let Shelley wrap up. Thank you.
Can we go back one slide, please? Okay, el rango objetivo del empresas desaventajas en la RFP de I-5 Rose Quarter es 18 a 22%. Eso es el más alto que hemos visto en comparar a otros proyectos que tiene ODOT, y queremos agradecer a la comunidad por empujarnos a alcanzar a ese nivel, y eso aplica al proyecto del General Contractor. Además, ODOT especificará un objetivo constructural asignado a la DBE por separada cada modificación de obra temprana. Por ejemplo, la modificación de precio máximo garantizado y según corresponda a otras modificaciones o cambios de órdenes. Next slide, please. Y también tenemos objetivos de las prácticas profesionales, 20% por profesión, en el caso de ingenieros de operación, los cuales tienen un objetivo de 15%, y además objetivos de los que se aspira para la fuerza laboral, 25%, y que pertenece a minorías, y también 14% para mujeres. Y creo que eso ha concluido nuestra presentación. I think that wraps up our presentation.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you. That was great. Moving on, it is my pleasure to introduce Rosa Martinez, Board President, Jenny Rodriguez, Secretary, and Bernice Lopez Dorsey, Treasurer, to present LatinoBuilt's 2019 Annual Report.
Muchas gracias, Odor. Por otro lado, es un placer presentarles a Rosa Martínez, Presidenta de la Junta, a Bernice López Dorsey, Tesorera, y a nuestra Secretaria Jenny Rodríguez para presentar el informe anual 2019 de LatinoBuilt.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon to everybody. I want to just share with you guys, for those of you that are new to LatinoBuilt, want to just share the why, the history of LatinoBuilt and how LatinoBuilt was created. Para todos los que son nuevos a LatinoBuilt, quiero compartir con ustedes un poquito de la historia de LatinoBuilt y cómo comenzó LatinoBuilt. Yo, ya me conocen, yo soy Spanglish, so entre inglés y español, español entre inglés. So just wanted to let you guys know, for you that know me, that you know that I transition between English and Spanish, and you know, so to begin, the history of LatinoBuilt and why. As you all know me, I've been in business for 17 years. And, you know, I am in a very specialized industry as a woman and Latina in a very white, male-dominant industry. I found a lot of challenges. And I knew early on that if I wanted to be successful, I needed to seek support from others and get comfortable being the only Latina woman present in a lot of trainings and job walkthroughs. And many of times I really felt discouraged because I was sacrificing, you know, a lot of my family time when raising my children. And it was really challenging for me. And, you know, I really found out that I wasn't the only one, that a lot of my Latino colleagues in construction share the same sentiment about the lack of support for Latino contractors. And no one was really shining a light to all of the hard work and leadership that we have been doing in the construction industry. So that was the motivation behind LatinoBuilt. So, una historia un poquito de LatinoBuilt y cómo empezó la historia es yo, los que me conocen saben que yo he estado en el negocio por más de 17 años. Siendo mujer latina en la construcción, pues no ha sido nada fácil. Muchas de las veces he ido a los walkthroughs, a los sitios de construcción y he sido la única mujer para todo, ¿no? Entonces he encontrado que hay muchas barreras para uno de mujer. De por sí los latinos ya tenemos esas barreras, ¿no? Pero yo encontré que siendo mujer y latina más. Entonces empecé platicando con otros colegas en la construcción y pronto me di cuenta que no estaba sola, que mis colegas latinos en la construcción compartían el mismo sentimiento sobre la falta de apoyo a los contratistas latinos. Y nadie estaba iluminando todo el trabajo duro y el liderazgo que hemos estado haciendo en la comunidad por muchos años. Somos los primeros que estamos ahí. Si vemos los números, están ahí. Y nadie realmente está haciendo nada por abogar por nosotros y darnos esa representación. So, a raíz de eso es como empezó LatinoBuilt. again, I just realized we needed to start an organization that can build a community that empowers and supports the voices of Latino-owned businesses in their efforts to develop capacity, promote, and ultimately enrich our lives. What rose from this frustration and persistence was LatinoBuilt. That's why we're here, because of our frustration and wanting to create that change in our community. LatinoBuilt was created in February of 2019 with 8 founding board members. Jenny, do you have the list of our board members, founding members? Thank you. So our 8 founding members from 2019 are on the screen, which is myself, Bernice with Help Group, Jenny Rodriguez-Trolls, Guilt with Liberty Steel Arts, the Harvard Company, Eegh, Alan, Val, and I really want to thank you all for being a founding member and supporting the dedication and support to LatinoBuilt. Como pueden ver, a medida que nos dimos cuenta que la necesidad era tan grande, creamos la organización que es hoy LatinoBuilt, para empoderar y apoyar las voces de las empresas, de propietarios latinos en sus esfuerzos por desarrollar capacidad, promover y enriquecer nuestras vidas, ¿no? Entonces, a raíz de todo eso, fue que fundamos a LatinoBuilt en el 2019 y empezamos solamente con 8 fundadores y todos ellos latinos en la construcción. Como pueden ver en la pantalla, esos son todos los fundadores y realmente estoy muy agradecida por todo lo que toda su dedicación y su apoyo a la organización. Y next slide, Jenny. Quiero compartir con ustedes un poquito de los datos que están ahorita en la industria de la construcción. I would like to share with all of you guys a little of the stats in our community and why this is important for us to recognize. Latinos represent an increasing, powerful, but underserved demographic in Oregon. Currently, Latinos represent just under 14% of Oregon's population, though that number is expected to rise to 20% of the state population by 2050. At the same time, 28% of Latino families live in poverty and are more likely to experience housing insecurity and limited access to resources. Como pueden ver en la pantalla, quiero compartir algunos datos importantes de por qué es importante el apoyo a la organización de LatinoBuilt y por qué estamos aquí, ¿no? Los latinos representamos una demográfica cada vez más poderosa, que somos actualmente ahorita somos el 14% de la población en Oregon. Aunque estos números estamos esperando que van a crecer al 20% de la población para el 2050. Al mismo tiempo, de la población que tenemos ahorita, el 28% de las familias latinas viven en pobreza y son más propensos a experimentar inseguridad en la vivienda y acceso limitado a los recursos. Latinos are a key demographic in the construction industry. 27% of workers in 2014, but they lack the training and support to overcome systematic inequities and compete inequitably. Identify barriers to entry include the lack of social network, the lack of opportunities for advance, and few gatekeepers who understand the unique barriers and solutions Latinos need to excel. As the Latino population continues to grow, it is increasingly important to ensure that all Latino Oregonians have access to education, economic opportunities that we're all thriving for. Como les estaba compartiendo, pues los latinos es un grupo demográfico clave en la industria de la construcción. 27% de los trabajadores en el 2014 fueron latinos, pero carecen de las capacidades y el apoyo para superar las desigualdades sistemáticas y competir en trabajos que puedan desempeñar para seguir creciendo. Las barreras identificadas incluyen falta de redes sociales, falta de oportunidades de avance en sus trabajos. Entonces, las barreras que tenemos en la comunidad son grandísimas. Entonces, quería compartir eso con ustedes para que sepan por qué necesitamos que se envuelvan con LatinoBuilt y nos sigan apoyando. So just wanted to share those facts with you guys. I think it's crucial that you guys understand, and we hope that you guys will continue to support our mission and vision of LatinoBuilt. Jenny, do we have the next slide? So as a result of LatinoBuilt, what we've created is, as I think that, we have this long year of working together, and we finally, Latinos are now in construction, are being seen, they're being heard. We continue to see advancements from across different organizations now providing things in Spanish, training, education for a lot of the Latino contractors, and that is amazing. So we welcome all of that. So that's a little bit of what's happening as a result of, a lot of effort and work from all of our board members and their leadership, and I thank them all, and thank you guys for supporting LatinoBuilt. A raíz de todo lo que les he compartido, al resultado que estamos viendo ahorita, hemos visto que desde que empezó LatinoBuilt y hemos empezado un enfoque y hemos levantado las voces, hemos estado viendo que otras organizaciones ya nos están poniendo un poquito más de atención, ya están proveyendo entrenamientos en español, ya nos están escuchando, y eso era el objetivo de LatinoBuilt, no de que todos ofrezcan, porque realmente hay una gran necesidad en nuestra comunidad. So, le doy la gracia a todos, mi mesa directiva, a todo el liderazgo, a todos los patrocinadores que nos apoyen, y espero que realmente sigan apoyando la misión y la visión de LatinoBuilt. So now I would pass it to my other colleagues to share some more information. Gracias.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for attending. This is Jenny Rodriguez, and I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the key highlights for 2019. One of the things that we wanted to mention is our membership went from 8 to 42 in 10 months. We partnered with Safe Build Alliance and received a grant from OSHA, Oregon, to conduct safety training in Spanish. We welcomed Consulting Executive Director, Leanna, and LatinoBuilt Foundation was created. Bernice will give us an overview of the foundation a little later in the program. The Business Tribune wrote an excellent article about us, which helped gain some brand awareness. Our social channels got some traction. Thank you for all those folks who are following us on LinkedIn and Facebook and all the other channels. Actually, we just created a Instagram account, so we're starting to get traction there. And then lastly, we launched a website in 2019 that included an event calendar and news blog. If you haven't already checked it out, just hop over to www.latinobuilt.org to see what we've been up to. The website is becoming a great resource for our membership. As Leanna mentioned, we added a COVID resource page, and David later on in the program will talk a bit about the safety resource page.
Hola, muy buenas. Yo como Jenny Rodríguez quería comentarles acerca de algunos puntos claves acerca de LatinoBuilt. Bueno, primero, nuestra membresía pasó de 8 a 42 miembros en 10 meses. Nos asociamos con Safe Build Alliance y recibimos una subvención de OSHA para realizar capacitación de seguridad en español. Dimos la bienvenida a nuestro consultor directivo ejecutivo, Liana Patrón. Se creó la Fundación LatinoBuilt y Berenice nos dará más información de eso. The Business Tribune escribió un excelente artículo sobre nosotros y nuestros canales sociales han tenido una excelente tracción. Seguimos viendo un crecimiento en ellos, en Instagram, en Facebook, etc. Así que por favor sigan mostrándonos un poco más de apoyo y de amor. Por último, lanzamos un sitio web en 2019, incluye un calendario de eventos y un blog de noticias. Si aún no lo han visto, por favor ingresen a la página web www.latinobuilt.org. El sitio web se está convirtiendo en un gran recurso para nuestra membresía. Como mencionó Liana, este año agregamos una página de recursos COVID que David después hablará con más información. Gracias.
Bernice?
Hola, everyone. Yes, this is me, and I'm going to do a Megan thing. I did shower, and you saw my face already earlier, but I'm going to just stay like this because I have a lot of things going on in my office. I am really, really excited to show you this chart. As you know, I'm the LatinoBuilt treasurer, and the percentages that are showing year to date in 2019, I basically didn't add any dollar amounts to this, but now I'm thinking I should have, because you would be very, very surprised to know how much we have done with so very little money. And so year to date is looking really good, thanks to everybody's support. We would like to see a lot more support towards our foundation, which I will talk about it a little later in the program. But LatinoBuilt is doing good, but we can't do it without you and your support. Very soon, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be sending renewals for everybody. So I hope that you will consider that, and please talk to everyone about joining LatinoBuilt for the purpose of building the community stronger and being able to provide more training. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Liana, you're muted.
Liana?
Sorry about that. Next, we are pleased to have Carrie Braxondale here today from the Certification Office for Business Inclusion and Diversity, COVID, to speak on benefits and process of certification.
Nos complace hoy contar con Carrie Braxondale, representante de la Oficina de Certificación para la Inclusión y Diversidad Empresarial, para hablar sobre los beneficios y el proceso de certificación.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really good to see everybody's faces. COVID, not to be confused with COVID, stands for the Certification Office for Business Inclusion and Diversity. And I do want to add, we're fortunate. Thankfully, the acronyms have not caused much of a problem. If they have for you, please let me know. But we have not heard of any issues other than it's rather an awkward similarities. Moving forward, next slide.
I'm sorry, I need to switch slides.
Oh, not a problem.
Please be patient.
Yeah, not a problem. What I can do is fill you in where we are so far with certifications. We have about 2,900 certified firms. That's down a little bit, primarily because many firms have forgotten that they need to connect with us on a yearly basis. But we expect that that will increase as we not only go into the summer, but also because of the recent events and as well as the large projects that are out there.
Yo voy a traducir lo que dice Carrie. Las aplicaciones han estado un poco lentas, han estado un poco bajas. Tan solo 2.900. Se espera que crezcan mediante pase un poco el tiempo. Eso.
Thank you. Let me know when you're ready with the slides. So certification, and I'll probably get ahead of myself a little bit here, but certification is designed for minorities, women, service-disabled veterans, and small emerging businesses wishing to contract with the government. The primary benefit to certification is being seen. It gives you the ability to connect, to be more aware of events such as this, but also on ODOT projects, as was shared earlier, there are goals attached to projects that ensure that there is a level playing field. With other agencies, there are not goals at this time, but there is a strong request from the governor's office that all state agencies across the board work to include minorities, women, service-disabled veterans, and emerging small businesses in their contracting opportunities. I can share with you that since COVID has occurred, several additional advisory committees have been formed to address specific issues raised in the community. For example, ODOT, we are working closely with ODOT to see how we can provide assistance and clarify or improve things such as prompt payment on projects. That's going to extend to other departments as well. We will create an overall opportunities within agencies.
Bueno, la idea de la certificación es dar oportunidades y abrir puertas a distintas áreas como el gobierno federal, estatal, local, también como a universidades, hospitales, cosas así. Hay distintos tipos de fondos que se han estado trabajando. Dentro de esos también se han tratado de apoyar a las mujeres, se han tratado de apoyar a los veteranos y a sociedades que están más vulnerables. Se pretende tener un alcance bastante alto y también veamos las certificaciones como una herramienta de negocio, ya que da bastantes beneficios para la comunidad latina.
I apologize, I've turned off my video. I seem to be having a slight problem with my connection, so hopefully this helps. Please let me know if you can't hear me. As the slide shows, the main goal for certification is to open up the contracting opportunities for minorities, women, and service-disabled veterans, and make it a level playing field for everyone to participate. In Oregon, we're fortunate that universities and hospitals also contract with certified firms, as well as larger businesses such as Nike, Kroger, Fred Meyer. They all as well use certified firms within Oregon.
We're losing you, Carrie.
Are you still there?
Yes.
I don't know what happened all of a sudden.
We're losing you again.
I'm sorry, I just got my internet installed yesterday. It seems to be
Technology, it's a love-hate relationship, isn't it?
It's terrible. Let me see if I can.
Do you want to move closer to your router? Is that possible?
That might help. Let me see here. Okay, is that better?
Much better.
Okay. Apparently I'm going to have to sit right on top of my router. Let me get back to... Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
what... I lost everyone. So in short, to summarize this slide, the certification is to help businesses be more visual to contracting agencies, as well as encourage contract agencies to reach out to certified firms rather than just contracting directly with those that they know.
Bueno, en resumen, esta diapositiva es darle la visibilidad a la comunidad latina, a las empresas, no solo a ser contratados, sino también a ser certificados. Hay muchas empresas en Portland, en Oregon más que nada, que por ejemplo, NAI, por ejemplo, empresas privadas que buscan este tipo de certificaciones y esto abre las puertas para ellas.
Thank you. There are two different levels of certification. One is those tied to federal funds, related to the DBE program that was discussed earlier, as well as and then there are the state certifications, of course, with the Migrant Service Disabled Veteran and Emerging Small Business. The main thing to keep in mind is just where the money comes from. That's the only difference between the certifications. So federal funding is for the projects and a large portion of our construction in Oregon.
Bueno, hay distintos tipos de certificaciones. Más que nada se diferencian cómo se distribuye el capital. Pero bueno, hay para empresas comerciales perjudicadas sistemáticamente, para empresas perjudicadas concesionadas aeroportuarias. Por otro lado tenemos programas de empresas comerciales minoritarias, programas de empresas de mujer, servicios de veteranos discapacitados y programa emergente para pequeñas empresas.
This next slide gives you an idea of the advantages to being certified. Not only the contracting opportunities, but you would receive, as a certified firm, of those opportunities through the Oregon Procurement Information Network, as well as from our office. You would be included on our online database. We also provide business resources and support, connecting to education, but certification overall is a fantastic networking tool. Once you become certified in the state system, you have next to your name. That indicates that you are a certified firm, so it's easier for agencies to locate you in order to connect opportunities.
Aquí podemos ver ciertas ventajas que una firma recibe cuando se certifica. Más que la certificación tenemos ciertas oportunidades, como la de contratación del gobierno. Existen notificaciones automatizadas de oportunidades y cuando uno se certifica entra en un listado, una base de datos pública que muchas agencias y otros quizás privados utilizan mucho para el tema de contratación. También estarán conectados con la educación, con marketing, nuevas redes de contactos y, por supuesto, recursos comerciales y soportes.
Thank you. Many people think that certification is only for the construction firms. However, it covers any type of business out there. So anywhere from construction to landscaping, to janitorial, to consulting, IT projects. Even one of our famous ones that we talk about is looking for zebra food. So it covers pretty much anything that you have and should be able to connect not even with the state government contracting opportunities, but also with cities and counties as well.
En Business Oregon tiene un alcance muy grande. Hay un sinfín de oportunidades, no solo en la industria de la construcción, sino que también podemos ver la industria de la ingeniería, la industria de la arquitectura, la consultoría, el paisajismo. Hay muchísimas. Por lo tanto, bueno, cualquier tipo de oportunidad lo cubre Business Oregon.
The application process is online. It's a virtual environment where you upload documents like you would if you were attaching to an email. Probably the most important thing to say about the application process is it's free, and that we're there to help provide assistance if needed, one-on-one assistance, as well as classrooms through the SBDC, the Small Business Development Centers, the Government Contracting Assistance Program, and even agencies also provide training.
¿Cómo certificarse? Es muy fácil, hay una solicitud en línea. Hay un proceso de solicitud que te sigue paso a paso. Luego hay un paso de presentación de documentos de apoyo. El tiempo de procesamiento de esto es suficientemente rápido, es eficiente. Hay un fácil acceso a la certificación, siempre están actualizándose, hay una planilla de planificación y hay tutoriales que agencias también ofrecen para este proceso de certificación.
In order to qualify for certification, there are three main points. Obviously, ownership. You must own your company, the majority of the company. You must also have the technical competence. You must be able to perform the types of tasks that, or the services that you provide. But foremost, and the reason why the green is so much bigger, to be able to manage and control your firm. It has to be you that is in charge of that firm in order to qualify for certification. Business size is only a main priority with our Emerging Small Business Program. There are additional requirements for the other programs, but they're quite excessive. For example, for the federal DBE program, your company cannot make more than $23.98 million over a 3-year annual average. Shovel ready means that you have the equipment necessary to perform the services. So when you become certified, that's us telling the contracting agency and the prime that you are ready to go.
Bueno, aquí se muestra un pequeño diagrama de las prioridades para poder ser certificado. Manejo y control. La empresa, la firma, debe ser capaz de poder lidiar con los proyectos de la industria que se presenten. Por eso es el más grande, tiene que ser capaz de lidiar con esos proyectos, con eso. Luego tenemos la propiedad y el tamaño del negocio. Sí o sí tienes que ser dueño de la empresa, como latino, como alguien vulnerable. Y en el tamaño de la empresa o del negocio no puede superar anualmente más de 29 millones, si no me equivoco. Por lo tanto, obviamente tiene un tope, un rango. Y luego, manos a la obra o shovel ready se refiere a que tiene que también la empresa tener todos los implementos y el equipo para poder ofrecer el servicio o ofrecer el producto.
There, as this slide shows, everything that we do through COVID is free. Most of the services provided through the Small Business Development Center, the Government Contracting Assistance Program, SBA, most of those services are free, as well as registration with the Oregon Procurement Information Network. Our office at COVID, we go beyond just certification. We're there to connect you with resources and help you be successful.
¿Cuál es el truco? La verdad no hay ningún truco. La certificación es gratuita en el estado de Oregon. Todos los servicios proporcionados por COVID son gratuitos, incluida la asistencia para completar la solicitud. La mayoría de los servicios para pequeñas empresas también son gratuitos, excepto las capacitaciones especiales, que son Centro de Desarrollo de Pequeñas Empresas, Programa de Asistencia a Contratación de Gobierno, Administración de Pequeñas Empresas y Red de Información de Adquisiciones de Oregon.
In closing, the one thing that I would like to add to this related to COVID-19 is Business Oregon has created a business navigator on our main web page, and I can include the link here on the chat. On this navigator webpage, and it is in Spanish, it provides all sorts of services related directly to business, including reopening, resources available, financing opportunities, and also has a email address there and phone number. If there's questions that you need answers to that aren't included, we have a staff available to assist in any way that we can, and that's also free of charge.
Por último, tengo que recordar que en la página web de Business Oregon se creó un navegador en el cual pueden ingresar para tener soporte, asistencia financiera o soporte de todo tipo que entrega el staff de Business Oregon. Eso, muchas gracias.
Thank you, Carrie. We really appreciate it. There's some, I think, a few questions in the chat, if you wouldn't mind answering them when you get a chance there. We're going to continue on our presentation, and I would like to invite David Molina, our newly appointed LatinoBuilt Vice President, to discuss what we have already accomplished in just 2020.
And if you can give me a moment, I'll get the slide up.
It's okay. David's going to continue even while you're getting the slides up. Okay, David?
Okay, awesome. Hey, everybody, how's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing well and staying healthy and safe and being profitable. That's the main thing, and staying alive. So with that, Dave Molina's Construction Company, and I'm going to go over our 2020 update. I'm going to do it both in English and I'm going to do it in Spanish. And we'll go from there, and then we'll let Jenny catch up here. So our number one priority for 2020 is to make an impact in the Latino construction community. And that goes without saying, not just on Slack, not just on these Zoom calls, but our presence in the community. And that is 100% our goal. Parte de mi nombre es David Molina, soy con Molina's Construction Company, soy el vicepresidente de la mesa activa. Con mucho gusto a todos. Les voy a hablar ahorita un poquito del 2020, de nuestro plan estratégico y para que tengan en cuenta más o menos lo que estamos haciendo. Como les dije ahorita, el enfoque de nosotros para este año y seguirá para los años que vienen es hacer 100% de impacto en la comunidad latina. Y como lo han escuchado hace ratillo, hemos hecho ese impacto con todos, porque cuando nosotros vamos a las juntas con gubernamentales, organizaciones, compañías grandísimas, reconocen quién es LatinoBuilt, porque en menos de un año que ya tenemos existencia, hemos hecho un impacto. So eso es lo principal, lo que estamos haciendo. Two, 100% leading our organization with integrity. And that goes for, if anybody wants to see our minutes, our agendas, you're welcome to see that. Everything's on Google Drive. We lead from the front. The board of directors is contractor-led so that we know and we feel the pinch when it's happening and we're close to the membership. That integrity is also in everything we do, both in contracts, compliance, you name it. That's 100%. 100% de lo que estamos haciendo en la organización es en ser líderes con integridad. Es decir, lo que vamos a decir, que lo que vamos a hacer, lo vamos a hacer. Y es normal con la organización, con la mesa directiva, con todos nuestros minutos, las agendas, todo lo que esté el internet. Si cualquier pregunta que tengan, me la pueden mandar a mí, ya serían por Slack o por correo electrónico. Tener preguntas acerca de la mesa directiva, las finanzas, quién son los miembros de la mesa directiva, cómo está gastando la feria, cómo estamos ganando los contratos, cómo estamos sobreviviendo, cómo estamos pagando aquí la directora ejecutiva, a Liena, lo que sea, ¿no? Y es parte de eso, ¿no? Siempre con integridad. 3 here. Okay, thanks, Jenny, for the slides. 3 here, we got collaboration and coming together to bid on projects. Colaborar y estar juntos con esos contratos. I'm going to say this in English real quick. So what we want to say here on the collaboration piece, and it's been described a little bit before, what you're seeing is, you know, as an organization for 2020, you know, so going forward is, and you've seen that in the physical meetings, but you also heard that here on these presentations, not just with the state, not just with ODOT, the Rose Quarter project, not just on, you know, other projects. You've seen some emails that go around, and that is, you know, for us to get involved. And you're going to hear a little bit about that in the presentations that's going to follow. You may have heard that before with these conversations about bienestar and some of these other things. You're going to see some slides about it. But part of it is us working together. And one thing I want to highlight here is we have, and you probably, for those members, you've seen a channel, an invite by Leanna into our Slack community. It's an internet kind of chat system. There's a channel in there called Sub Opportunities, and it's not being widely used by hundreds of people, but, you know, because we're a small organization. But if you're, you know, a contractor or you're a sub and you want to put something in there, you know, Sub Opportunities, I saw some of you guys put some stuff in the chat about roofing or whatever, or general contractors. Feel free to use that channel to coordinate and communicate with each other. Don't have to go through Leanna, don't have to go through me or Rosa, anyone else. Just put your opportunities in there, as we want to be able to, you know, share those opportunities with each other as a members. But also you're going to see that come from the membership top down. Parte de lo que estamos haciendo la organización LatinoBuilt es asegurar que haya colaboración 100%. Es decir, que nos vamos a juntar, y no físicamente, pero aquí por la internet. Muchos de ustedes ya recibieron la invitación para Slack, es nuestro comunicativo internet. La invitación, si no la han recibido, la invitación a Slack de Liana, déjame saber, mándame un mensaje. Y hay un canal que se llama Sub Opportunities. Ahí pueden poner información si son un contratista, están buscando a alguien de concreto, roofing, lo que sea. Hay que tratar de dar nuestro trabajo uno a otro para que salgamos adelante, ¿no? Y eso es lo que estamos haciendo. No nomás la organización está a nivel grande, estratégica, pero sino que entre uno y otro. Y a ratito va a haber una presentación, no sé si Rosa va a hablar un poquito de eso, de oportunidades que estamos haciendo nosotros con otras organizaciones sin fines de lucro para hacer construcción con ellos como partnerships, para que nos den jale y ese jale se lo pasemos a nuestros miembros. Eso es lo que van a ver. A ver, lo que sigue. Complete a solid, the next one is on training. You'll see the training program. Complete a solid multi-level training program. What you're here on this one, we're part of the grant making that we're doing here, you know, in terms of 2020 is to ensure, you know, we've uncovered a lot of issues in the Latino community. For example, you know, when it comes to becoming a contractor, getting your CCB license, getting insured and getting bonded, there's a disparity, a cultural language disparity, a disconnect with the number of training providers that can do that. So part of it is for us to be able to support our members, not only now, but going in the future, and get up to speed. Those that want to get a CCB license, those that want to have a CCB and they want to get bigger and better, those that want to get bigger bonding and get bigger insurance. And so we're very focused on training and making sure that we have that. And it's not just with our members, but working with our partners, with the chambers, statewide. 100% lo que estamos enfocados nosotros al 2020 es el programa de entrenamiento. Hemos visto que cuando creamos a LatinoBuilt, disculpen, no estoy llorando, pero es que los lentes me están haciendo daño. Parte de la estrategia de este año es enfocarnos en nuestros miembros que tengan entrenamientos que es, pues tú sabes, cultural y lingüística para que entiendan, ¿no? Y eso es no nomás para las compañías, las personas que quieren lanzar una compañía de construcción, sino que los que ya están lanzados, crecer esas compañías, ¿eh? Así que eso estamos enfocados nosotros en 2020, este año. Ahorita en membership, we have right now, currently we have 50 active contractor members, and we're really focused on workshops and training programs for all of them. That's 50 contractor members. That our membership is a lot bigger than that, but I'm just talking contractors. And so we're really excited about that, and we're going to continue building on that success. Ahorita, para todos los que sepan, aquí ahorita tenemos contratistas, compañías activas, tenemos 50 compañías, y estamos enfocados nosotros en hacerles entrenamientos y programas con ellos. Parte de eso es de ayudar a esas compañías, 50 compañías, a crecer, y no nomás con ganancias y todo eso, y gente, pero más trabajo, ¿no? So, son 50. Tenemos más miembros, pero esos son compañías de compañías que son contratistas. O sea, los otros miembros son como de la membresías de la Cámara de Comercios, sin fines de lucro, gubernamentales, estatales, etc. Esos son otros miembros, pero tenemos 50 miembros activos que son contratistas. Next one here is on the social media front, on the followers. So it's 177%. What that basically means is bottom line is we've been increasing huge. Our marketing team led by Jenny has been doing phenomenal work. That's not just on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. She just talked about that. That's all the way around. Para todos los que oyeron ahorita Jenny con lo que habló ella con de medios de comunicación, fuimos para que se den cuenta más o menos cuántos miembros, fuimos de 42 miembros a 68 miembros en 5 meses. Con esta pandemia de coronavirus y todo este rollo, y casi no es nada normal ahorita, seguimos creciendo, aunque esté esta cosa pasando. Hemos tenido 8 entrenamientos, 3 vivos y 5 virtuales. Es el plan para este año que queremos tener. Ahorita tenemos enfocado en muchos de los procurar feria de asociaciones de gobiernos con grants. Hace ratito me dijo grant, Andrés, ¿cómo se dice grants? Pero ya se me olvidó. Recipient of a grant para que tengamos una feria, para que esta alianza se aviente y haga entrenamientos acerca a las compañías que están afectadas de COVID-19. Es importantísimo, ¿no?
Se dice beca o subsidio.
Unas becas. Simón, gracias, Andrés. Unas becas. Así que ten a tanto que cuando esa beca llegue, para que haga ese apoyo que necesitan todas las compañías pequeñas como nosotros. La otra cosa que queremos hacer este año también es acabar de un programa de entrenamiento bilingüe que queremos hacer. Y eso es un programa bilingüe es específico para los contratistas, no algo bilingüe para que, como te digo, cuando quieran lanzar una compañía de esta construcción, lancen y los que ya están para crecerlos también, ¿no? Y eso estamos enfocados nosotros. Este año también nuestro plan es de tener a alguien sería Leanne, se supone que sí, ojalá, si quiere el jale, que sea full time y que esté pagado y que sea alguien firmemente apoyando aquí la organización y que sigamos creciendo, ¿no? Y eso es una meta del 2020, ¿no? También queremos seguir jalando ahorita este año con la organización de Safe Build Alliance para seguir hacer entrenamientos para los dueños, los supervisores, los empleados y todo eso, ¿no? Y ahí van a ver unos datos ahí, cuándo van a hacer los entrenamientos, los de inglés y cuándo van a hacer los de español con Brian Ortiz de Mosaico Safety. Todo el entrenamiento que estamos haciendo de seguridad para los empleados es como todo lo que ya saben, ¿no? De fall protection, silica awareness, o sea, todo lo que es requerido por el OSHA, eso lo vamos a hacer con ACNI y ese partnership que estamos haciendo con esa asociación, Safe Build Alliance, ¿no? Estamos muy felices, esos son los metas nosotros para 2020 y esperamos verlos con eso. I'm going to say it real quick in English. I think for those that didn't catch it, obviously 100% make an impact on the Latino community. We'll continue to do that. We're going to lead with integrity as an organization. We're going to continue collaborating and coming together to bid on projects. That's not what you're seeing at the state level, but also at the local level. It's been talked about before, but I think Rosa will talk about it later with the Bienestar and other organizations, other opportunities for our membership to get involved and get into the work. Our goal this year right now, we have 50 active contractor members, and we've been growing, and that's 50 contractor members right now. That doesn't include associations, nonprofits, government agencies, large primes. It's just, small businesses. And we hope to grow that, obviously, in 2020. Our strategy right now on the social media front, LinkedIn has been the one that's been growing leaps and bounds, but we hope to do more of that social media, and that's being led by Jenny and the marketing committee. So we went from 42 members to 68 members in 5 months. 42 members, 68 members. It may not seem like a lot, but when you're a scrappy budget and you're a ragtag team and you're really small, and oh, by the way, all of us work for a living, it becomes really difficult. But I'll tell you what, we're going to continue to grow, and it's a huge number, and it's going to continue to grow. A lot of momentum right now. And then especially now with the coronavirus, halting life and everybody, going to Zoom, it's a little more difficult than doing live, real meetings, conducting trainings, but we want to continue to do that. So what we're going to do from now until whenever we get back to normality here, is continue to do these virtual meetings. We want to do live meetings. Virtual meetings, we want to plan for 2020, at least 5 virtual meetings and 3 live ones. The other thing you should know too, the next is we were a recipient of a grant from the COVID-19 support fund. And so we want to be able to do that and take those funds and expand on what we have been doing, but expand on that and look to finish up our bilingual training program and get that off the ground so we can help our small businesses and contracts, especially those that have limited English, and get them off the ground, get their CCB, and those that already have their contracting license, expand those companies. And as you guys are fully aware, you know, the organization, every day that goes by, we uncover more nuances and more issues and more gaps in the system in Oregon that we want to help our small businesses grow. Either issues that they have with OSHA, issues with safety, things of improving their safety plan. And so there's a lot of need in the community, and we're going to be right there along you all, the membership, to make it happen. Another goal for 2020 is to hire our full-time executive director and bring it on full-time and get paid well. Hint, Leanna, and hopefully she stays on and continues to grow good work that she's been doing already. Other thing we're going to be doing in 2020, obviously, is working on the Safe Build Alliance partnership that we have to create and improve upon the safety-free training that we're doing for the owners, supervisors, the employees. And so you see a link right there. There's virtual trainings we're going to be having in English, and there's going to be some that will be done with Spanish with Brian. Those are really, really important. The next one's coming up Wednesday, 5/27, May 27th. So for those of you on the webinar, go ahead and jot that information down. There'll be some more information that'll come down later on the webinar here, and you can get to your employees. I think it's really important.
Hey, David, can I interject? They could also find all the information and the registration link on the website under Events tab.
Oh, yep. So for those that just heard, Jenny, for sure, go to the website. The website is full of information. We have a new link there for COVID as well, but definitely go to the events. It's right there. Do share it with your employees. Feel free to send that link to your employees. And, you know, if you can do paid employee or employee training, however you want to do it, but get them involved. The more safety training, the better. And like they say, you know, the more you hear it, the more you believe it. So there you go. And so those are some information there. And we look forward to building LatinoBuilt in 2020 with you all.
Great. Thank you, David.
Yep.
A big thank you, moving on, a big thank you to Prosper Portland for sponsoring this meeting and all of the support and resources that they provide. Please help me welcome John Cardenas from Prosper Portland. And John, we're going to go through it while Jenny's opening up the slides.
Muchas gracias a Prosper Portland por patrocinar en esta reunión y todo el apoyo y los recursos que brindan. Bienvenido, John Cárdenas, de Prosper Portland. Y mientras Jenny abre la diapositiva, ya comenzaremos.
Well, hi, everybody. Como quisiera que mi español era tan bueno para hacer toda mi presentación en español, pero no es. I'm really good after you've had a couple of drinks. My Spanish is excellent then. But I'm going to do this presentation in English, and I'm also very, very cognizant of the time that we have right now. So we've got about 7 minutes. So Jenny, if you can pull up my presentation, let's start with slide number 1. Yeah, and let's immediately go. Let's go to slide number 2. I just want to show you guys that I put some effort into this. But we're going to keep going to slide number 3. The history of urban renewal. Just in short, I'm not sure what happened there, but in short, what our organization is designed to do is to build this city. It's to use a form of tax increment financing to help bring up development projects, real estate development projects, to create new and different and enhance different parts of the city. And that's where you guys come in. Andrés, ¿lo quieres decir eso?
Can you repeat it shortly?
It's okay. We can move on. Let's move on to the next slide. The construction, business, and workforce equity. If you guys can see what it says here on the screen, in a nutshell, what my role is at Prosper Portland and what I do is to make sure that folks like you have opportunities to bid on our real estate development projects, that not only do you have a chance to bid on it, but that you get on one of these jobs and that you build a strong relationship with a general contractor and that you can move on to that next project and grow your business. You can go to the next slide. So we have two parts to our program, the business equity part of it, where we have participation, minimum amounts of participation for minority contractors and women to work on our projects. And what you see here are some of the thresholds that trigger these policies. And so anytime that we own a piece of property, or we sell a piece of property, or we otherwise have some dollar amount invested in a piece of property, it triggers our business equity policy. And that means that we've got to have a minimum amount of minority participation on all these projects. And as you might imagine, the city of Portland usually has a pretty attractive opportunity for general contractors to bid on. And then to be successful, they've got to come up with a plan that includes people of color, that includes women on their projects. And that's where my connection with LatinoBuilt is so important, is because I can bring opportunities to LatinoBuilt, and LatinoBuilt then can in turn tell all you guys about that and share those opportunities with you. So next slide. We also have a workforce equity component. That means that all of the workers on the site, that we have some minimum thresholds, barriers there too, where we're trying to get as many people of color, as many women to work in the trades as we possibly can. And that's also where you guys are involved. One of the statistics that Rosa shared earlier today showed all kinds of percentages about the number of Latinos that are on these job sites. Let's go to the next slide. Just quickly, if you see that slide that says that right now we don't have enough people in the pipeline to work on our projects to meet the need, to meet the future need, to meet our requirements. We need to get by far more people of color, more women involved in the pre-apprenticeship programs and apprenticeship programs that will eventually come and work on our projects. Los Latinos somos muchos, ¿verdad? Somos muchos, but we need a lot more people. We need to figure out a way for the commercial side of things to bring some of those folks from the residential side into the commercial world. We need to figure out how we can enhance the job sites to bring more women to construction and have them stay in construction and be successful. We're falling short. We're falling short of that goal. We have a retiring population of people that soon are going to be leaving the construction industry, and we don't have the number of people in the pre-apprenticeship programs to fill that loss, that eventual loss. So that's a big deal. So if we can provide quality opportunities, good contracts, lucrative salaries, it's going to make all the difference. We can go on.
Of course.
And then COVID certification is very, very important. Just like what was being mentioned before, these are some of the things that you see on the screen that I feel are really important about COVID certification. It's a way to not only build quality relationships with general contractors who are going to hire you again, but through the COVID certification, you'll be privy to information and opportunities that you might not have otherwise been privy to. That's a really important factor in getting and creating these opportunities where there's only been historic barriers for people like us that look like us. And so this is one of the many ways that helps to level that playing field. Another way that helps to level that playing field is your membership in an organization like LatinoBuilt. This organization is so key and so fundamental to your success as a business owner that this is going to be the hub, the central hub of resources for you guys as business owners to attach yourselves to. So I really, really encourage you to stay close to LatinoBuilt, get your memberships updated, and renew your memberships as they come up. Okay, next slide. I didn't want to go into an exhaustive list of all of the things that we have open or things that we have projects coming up because there's a ton of stuff happening in the future. But what I'd rather do is I'm going to send these links out. These are 4 different links to places where you guys can submit your contact information, and we will forward you any and all opportunities that we've got going on at Prosper Portland directly, with the Broadway Corridor project that directly. There's a local opportunities link there. The economic relief stabilization updates, that's specific to COVID-19. And if you're are suffering any effects on the business side of your life around COVID-19, please check out this link. I'm going to put all these links over here in the chat bar as well. And then another one I always like to talk about, the PDX Procurement Search. That's an aggregator site that brings all these government opportunities and all these RFPs into one place. You can sort by the scope that you're in, and you can look by size of jobs. There's a ton of different ways to sort through all of these projects. And so that's also a good one. I'm going to leave that in the chat bar on the side there too. Next slide. That's it. I ran through that really, really fast. And so please, if you have any questions, I know that we're running out of time now, but please, by all means, I'm going to leave my contact information again in the chat bar. Please get a hold of me. At any time, you can ask me anything you need to know or want to know about Prosper Portland, construction related or not. I am available to you. And I'm really, really happy that LatinoBuilt is 1 year in, 1 year old little baby and growing fast. And I love it. I'm really, really proud of what you guys have built here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Me gustaría decir algo, ya que lo encuentro bastante importante. Muy cortito, Prosperland se enfoca en la construcción de una economía equitativa, en el crecimiento de los empleos familiares, la promoción de oportunidades para una prosperidad y en la colaboración de los socios. Por eso es muy importante que esté trabajando junto a LatinoBuilt. En este momento, ellos quieren entregar lo que más puedan de las licitaciones, pero faltan todavía muchos latinos ahí. Hay que cubrir todavía más y somos muchos al final. Por lo tanto, también es muy importante que se certifiquen por el COVID. La certificación del COVID es realmente importante para poder cubrir esta brecha que todavía existe. Y por último también, obviamente se quieren entregar los mejores sueldos para la familia, los mejores sueldos para nosotros, que siempre dentro de lo posible se querrá pagar. Por otro lado y último, hay un link ahí para que sigan, que es el de Job Seeker, para buscar oportunidades. Es muy fácil. Hay oportunidades gubernamentales, privadas, para que también lo tengan en mente. Gracias.
Thank you so much.
I just put the links in the chat, so feel free to cut and paste those into another document if you want to save those. And please, by all means, fill in your contact information and you'll get information about any opportunities that we have going out. As soon as we have them out, you'll be notified of those.
Sigan entonces el chat, ahí están las oportunidades, por favor. Es muy importante.
Great. I know we are running over time. I please encourage you guys to stay for our whole presentation. We've got some more great stuff. We will try to wrap it up as soon as possible, I promise. I would like to welcome our board member, Gilbert Leon, and to introduce our newest LatinoBuilt members.
Por favor, dale la bienvenida a nuestro miembro de la Junta, Gilbert León, que presentará a nuestros nuevos miembros de LatinoBuilt.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gilbert Leon, Bridgeport Interiors, board member of LatinoBuilt, and also membership on the membership committee. I help with, folks in the earlier stages of starting a business. So if you guys know of anyone who is seeking to start a construction business, needs help with CCB license or any of those first processes, please have them reach out to myself. I'd like to welcome some of our new members that have joined since our last meeting. I will start off with Ken Kinoshita, Pedro of PDR Painting, Gerardo of GB&A Construction, Sayan of Sana Construction, Richard of TSB Technology, Juan of Farias Construction, Rene and Stephanie of Ruby Heating and Cooling, Tyrone of Precision Landscape Services, Lena of GSI Builders, Alejandro of My Oregon Painting, John of Advanced Technology Communications, Phil of RJ Ramos Enterprises, Oscar of Eleva Financial, Amber of Onvarios and Associates, Brian of Mosaico Safety, Diana of Zapata Design, Roland of Ideal Property Inspectors, Nathan of Bienestar, Catherine of Tigard Chamber of Commerce, Noah of Elliott, Powell, Baden, and Baker Insurance, Afton of Walsh Construction, and Chris of LMC Construction. Those are the new members that have recently joined us, so we'd like to thank them.
Great, thank you. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce one of our newest partnering members, Bienestar. Welcome, Nathan, Tesk, and Erica Calderon.
Es un placer presentarles a uno de nuestros nuevos socios de Bienestar. Démosle la bienvenida a Nathan Teske y Erika Calderón.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Soy Nathan de Bienestar. Me imagino que ya se están cansando porque ha sido larga la reunión. También voy a hablar en Spanglish. Okay, so we'll just go back and forth. Liana, do we have the presentation?
Yes, we've been having a little bit of technical difficulties, so start with the presentation, and when she has it ready, it will pop up.
Okay, great. I'm going to actually pull it up on my computer because I was going to count on that to do the presentation. So hang on one sec here. We wanted to tell you a little bit about Bienestar, and I have my colleague Erica Calderón también aquí con nosotros, so she can jump in at the right second. Bienestar is a community-based affordable housing developer based in Washington County. Oh, and I see you have a slide up now, looks like. We have a mission. If you go back to the slide before that, our mission is on the first slide. So our mission is to build housing, hope, and community for the well-being of the Latinx, immigrant, and other families in need. We are very much rooted in the Latino community in Washington County. A majority of our board is Latino, and all board meetings are held in English and Spanish. Igual que ustedes, también lo hacen bilingüe, ¿verdad? I'm going to jump ahead to the next slide. And Erica, I'll let you come in here in a minute. Bienestar is an affordable housing developer. We own 12 multifamily affordable rental properties, housing about 2,000 residents. We focus on building projects with large bedroom sizes, 3 and 4 bedroom units to support families. We know a lot of the folks in the Latino and immigrant community have families, and we want to support them. Next slide, if possible. Here's a picture of one of our properties in Forest Grove. It's called Juniper Gardens. You can see it's nice, and we try to build space for a green space for the families as well when we can. We also provide, we try to provide services to support our residents, and we'll just be really brief. We've obviously been doing a lot of work during the COVID-19 crisis to support emergency assistance to families in our properties. We also have programs for youth, asset building, home ownership, and leadership development. And the next slide. We also work with a group called Promotoras, which is a group of leaders in our properties that help us deliver services. Here's a picture of some of them. And the woman with the pearl necklace there is Gracie Garcia. She's our resident services director. And those are several of the Promotoras. We very much believe, and I think it's consistent with what LatinoBuilt is doing, that empowering leaders in the community is an important way for people to grow and build their assets over time. So that's the kind of community we try to build in the properties we have. Next slide. Just to give you a little more background, I wasn't sure how much time we'd have. This is an example of one of the projects we did a couple of years ago. We called it Dreamers of Oregon Out of the Shadows. It was a profile of DACA recipients. And we have several DACA recipients on our board as an example of our connection. But this was an art and advocacy exhibit that we had go all over Washington County and actually traveled to Portland and has been as far away as Eugene. There are 10 poster-sized slides like this one that profile the stories of DACA recipients. So next slide. And then here's just one of the promotoras speaking recently, a couple of years ago, at the Portland Metro Council about the importance of the Metro Affordable Housing Bond and our support for that. And that's what we want to talk to you about soon. Bienestar is bidding on a number of projects that we hope to work with LatinoBuilt members on under the Portland Metro Bond. So next slide. So I know what your group is, I'm sure, interested in hearing about are possible opportunities to bid on work that Bienestar directs and controls. And so Erica and I spoke a few weeks ago or a few days ago with Rosa and David and Liana and Jenny, and I hope I didn't forget anyone, but the board of LatinoBuilt. And we discussed these opportunities, and so I wanted to list them all for you. We own all of these properties, and so one level of bidding that people can come in and engage with us on is on our existing properties that we already manage and own, and we have repair and maintenance work. Those properties are managed by Cascade Management, and they do certain light maintenance in-house, but for any kind of significant work, we're often getting bids and having to get outside vendors. So that's one opportunity for LatinoBuilt members to work with Bienestar and get opportunities for bid. A second project that we hope to be rolling out soon this year is a project in Hillsborough called Nueva Esperanza. That is a project that would be built with Metro bond funds, and we're bidding and we're competing right now to be awarded that project. And we will be working with LMC Construction as the general contractor, but as was mentioned earlier, I believe they're now members of LatinoBuilt, and they would be very eager to work with LatinoBuilt to get bid opportunities for that project. We are also working on or involved in 2 other Metro bond projects in Western Washington County, and if those projects come to fruition, that would also be an opportunity for bids. And then Bienestar has a number of older properties that we know that soon, in the next couple of years, we will need to start rehabbing and doing significant repair and rehab work. So that will be eventually another bid opportunity for LatinoBuilt.
Nathan, can I jump in?
Please
okay.
do.
Hello, everyone. My name's Erica Calderon. Like John Cardenas just mentioned, mi español no es excelente, o sea, pero voy a hablar en inglés y también voy a hablar en español. Pero antes de decidir, Leanne, can you tell me how many people, is it necessary to be in Spanish or English? I want to make sure I'm speaking to the audience appropriately.
We've got a grouping. I think we can be dominant English. It's okay at this point.
Okay. All right. I'll do English then. But as Nathan said, first I want to start off by thanking LatinoBuilt for allowing us to do this presentation. Nathan and I fit it into our schedule. We have been working 16+ hour days. We're working on 3 proposals right now for future projects, like he mentioned. So they are hard and we are tired nonetheless, but we're almost to the home run. And if we're able to get the monies needed for the projects, then we will be circling back around with everybody talking to you about these new projects. So I wanted to jump in a little bit and just discuss what Bienestar is doing with LatinoBuilt, why we approached LatinoBuilt. So Nathan spoke excellent to our equity lens, who we house, but more importantly, now as, I don't think I introduced myself appropriately, I'm the housing development manager. So it's my role to help take charge of Bienestar in deciding where our next projects are going to be. With that role comes also the decision making to put the team together and put a really great team to work on these projects. So when I heard about LatinoBuilt, I was like, oh, this is perfect, because the last project I did that we just wrapped up was Montebello. It was 49 unit rehab in Hillsborough. And all I saw all day long on my project were Latinos, right? So my mind started going to, well, how many Latinos now are business owners. And then that started pushing us and pushing me even more to be like, we really want to connect not only with Latino business owners, we want to understand how, you know, we can engage people who want to learn this work and bring them along with our projects, and not just house Latinos, but we want to be able to like help grow their businesses. So when I found LatinoBuilt, I was like, oh, this is excellent. This is something we've been waiting for a long time. We have the chamber in Hillsborough too, that I'm just learning about their small business entrepreneurial program as well. So we'll definitely be hitting up the chamber with these projects as well. Hi, Nancy. So the first project, Nueva Esperanza, it is going to be centered in Hillsborough. The area that was chosen for that project is owned by the city. And right now we can have the possibility of building all the way up to 168 units for our project, because it is a bid and we are competing against other developers. We have chosen a 150 unit project that we will be bringing. The project itself is also has 3 different areas. I'm not going to go too much into detail on the phone, and I apologize right now because it is a competition. And so we're not going into depth about every project, but I do want to give an idea of how, just for those of you on the phone, for the different types of work that you're doing. So there's about 15,000 square feet, if not bigger. Sorry if I'm not remembering, I have project merge, of landscaping that's going to be into that project. There are 12 different buildings. It's going to be wood framed. Not much steel is involved in this project. And there's going to be like plazas per se. So anybody that's focused in paving and putting in pavers in that project. And trying to think if there's anything other special things that we can share. But anyways, the project is in Hillsborough. That's going to be one project. The other 2 projects that we're working on right now is a 113 unit project. That is in Cornelius. We're locking up the final contract right now to be able to tie up that property. That has a lot more green space that's going to be built out with the city of Cornelius, and we're still working through all of those details. The third project that we're on, we are not the developer. We do not have decision making on who the general contractor is or oversight of that, but we do have persuasion, and we will be talking to them more. They're very open to us bringing on our partners. That is a 36 unit project, and that will be in Forest Grove. So I think the other important thing to highlight is when these projects will be started. So Nueva Esperanza and the 113 unit in Cornelius, those will be kicking off, and those projects will be in is it 2021, Nathan, I think? 2021, we're going to construction close?
Yeah, right now it's 2020, and yes, we would start in 2021.
So tired too. I was trying to fake it up until now. And then the fastest project that we would be seeing would be at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, and that's the 36 unit project in Forest Grove. So I'll stop there and turn it back over to Nathan.
Yeah, and Leanna, I know you guys are trying to finish up here, but I don't know if there are any questions, and we're happy to also share our contact information with the members, any members who want to reach out to us about this or any of the other things we're talking about.
Definitely. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah.
We're really excited about this partnership as well.
Oh,
great.
There it is. Yeah, there's our emails information.
Right. And you guys can also put that in the chat box.
Sure, I'll do that right now.
Okay. Perfect. We're going to move on for one that I bumped out of the way to get you guys in there first. I would like to welcome back again Bernice Lopez Dorsey, our treasurer, to speak on the LatinoBuilt Foundation.
Hi, everyone. Like I said earlier, I am really honored and proud to announce the creation of our LatinoBuilt Foundation. I think it's worth celebrating since we're celebrating our cumpleaños for LatinoBuilt Association. So the foundation was really created a little bit over a year ago. Actually, no, at the end of 2019. The association board members identified a critical need for bilingual workforce and business training in the construction industry. That need was determined so vast that the association did not have the resources to benefit their members nor the greater community. This led to the creation of the foundation with the goal of supporting our underserved community. Hola, como estamos celebrando el cumpleaños de LatinoBuilt, queremos darle la información de la creación de la fundación de LatinoBuilt. Los miembros de la asociación de Junta identificamos que había una necesidad grande de entrenamiento bilingüe para la gente en construcción. Esta necesidad nos forzó de buena manera a crear fundación, porque fundación puede ver becas, naciones que son tax deductible, deducibles de impuestos. Y hemos creado esto para poder mejorar la comunidad y dar clases en español, como decía nuestro David antes, que queremos compartir la educación y que no sea costoso para nuestros miembros. At LatinoBuilt, we believe in building intergenerational and community wealth so that our community of Latino contractors can pass their companies and values on to their children. When we fill the gaps created by historic systematic inequalities in Oregon's Latino contractors communities, we provide the opportunity for members to overcome barriers, excel, and develop capacity. We imagine a future where equal opportunities can be the solution to issues of poverty and economic mobility within Latino communities in the region. Nosotros creemos en pasar en construir nuestros negocios, porque como somos latinos, nuestra comunidad y nuestra cultura, siempre queremos pasar el negocio a nuestras generaciones, a nuestros hijos, a nuestras familias, a nuestros colegas. Y de esa manera nosotros creamos una comunidad latina con muchos valores. LatinoBuilt la fundación quiere ser una ayuda para poder solucionar ciertos problemas que a veces tenemos en poder hacer eso con nuestra comunidad. La fundación en realidad fue creada por latinos y latinas en construcción. The foundation was created by Latino and Latinas in construction, business owners, who collectively saw the potential to empower and educate our communities. Drawing from our experiences, our struggles, and success, the LatinoBuilt Foundation seeks to create programs that addresses systematic barriers for all minorities. We would like to share best practices and best values. Like John Cardenas mentioned earlier, we have people retiring and not passing this construction skills to the next generation. We want to be able to help fill that gap and make sure that that we're passing good best practices, good values to the people that are coming behind us, our family members. So one of the best things that happened to LatinoBuilt Association is being able to see these opportunities, and the only way we can help is enrich and get better training was by creating the foundation. We will be welcoming very soon our advisory committee for the foundation. a bunch of really wonderful powerhouse people. And we're also actively seeking for others to join the foundation and our mission. Our mission is, as like the slide was saying here, is to improving opportunities in Oregon for Latinos in construction. So please spread out the word about the foundation. Make sure that everybody knows we're doing really wonderful things. We're not kidding when we say that we have over thousands and thousands of volunteer hours, but we can't do it alone. So your support is extremely important. Back to you, Liana.
Great, thank you so much, Bernice. In closing, we would never have come this far without the support of our members, our staff, our board of directors, our partners, our donors, and our volunteers. I would like to take a minute and thank the LatinoBuilt staff. From this past year, we have Cynthia Martinez in translations for social media, database cultivation, and member services, Christian Ramirez, member outreach and cultivation, financial organization and communication facilitator, Annie Savaria Watson, program research and development, translation services, grant writing, and communication editor, and Andres Monterez, I'm going to butcher his name, translation and interpretation service. Although I'm not able to recognize each of you individually in this meeting today, I know that all of you have made a significant impact on our organization. Thank you for taking the time with us today, and don't forget to follow us on social channels and contact us with any of your needs. Andrés.
Ok. Para la clausura, nunca hubiéramos llegado tan lejos sin el apoyo de todos nuestros miembros, nuestro personal, nuestra junta directiva, nuestros socios, nuestros donantes y voluntarios. Por lo mismo, me gustaría tomar un minuto para agradecer al personal de LatinoBuilt del año pasado. Cynthia Martínez, en traducciones, redes sociales, cultivo de base de datos y servicios para miembros. A Cristian Ramírez, en el alcance y cultivo de miembros, organización financiera y facilitador de comunicación. Elizabeth Watson, programa de investigación y desarrollo, servicio de traducción, redacción de subvenciones y editor de comunicación. Y el que les habla, Andrés Monardes, servicio de traducción, redacción y servicios de interpretación. Aunque no puedo reconocer a cada uno de ustedes individualmente en esta reunión, sepan que todos han tenido un impacto significativo en nuestra organización. Gracias por tomarse el tiempo de estar acá.
Thank you.
Hey, Leanna, can I interject and mention that on the website in the foundation tab page, we do have a separate donate button for anyone who's interested in donating to the foundation.
Great, thank you. Okay, have a great evening. Thank you for everyone for staying.
Gracias.
Gracias. Nice to see a lot of good faces.